March is often the most exciting time of the year for National Hunt fans, with the Cheltenham Festival at Prestbury Park merely a few weeks away. But there was some exciting racing to get stuck into in the preceding couple of weeks. And that racing started at Kelso for More Battle Hurdle Day, and it was an intriguing Grade 2 novice hurdle that got us off the mark.
Personal Ambition just in front in the centre. Django by the stand side. Cannock Park against the far rail. Personal Ambition from Django by near the line. Personal Ambition has just held on.
Next up was the feature More Battle Hurdle, with a very competitive field going to post, and it went to an in-form local trainer.
At the final flight, two Scottish trained runners leading the More Battlefield. From any harm in asking, Sky Cutter, but it is Cracking Rhapsody, finding plenty for Craig Nicol. Ewan Mullins won this as a jockey in 2007 and he's trained the winner in 2024.
It's unbelievable. Like I say, it's you have to pinch yourself, you know. It's nice just to have runners in these races. Never mind win it. So I was quite surprised when he came down to the last as far clear as he was. So no, like I say, for the yard and everything, we're over the moon.
Sean Bowen was badly requiring winners to catch up with Harry Cobden in the British Jockeys Championship, and he landed a notable winner with the Premier Chase going the way of Ollie Murphy's Thunder Rock.
It is Thunder Rock, produced to the final fence by Sean Bowen, who is striding away to win the Bet365 Premier Chase, and he wins it easily.
Over at Navan, it was the second time that Spillane Tower had taken on Blood Destiny, this time at Grade 3 level over fences. And Blood Destiny on this occasion was able to turn the tables.
Blood Destiny reversing last time form with Spillane Tower, wins impressively the Flying Bolt.
The Webster Cup Chase was the feature on the Navan card, and the Grade 2 went the way of Gordon Elliott and Sam Ewing.
Up the hill inside the final 200 yards, it's Ash Tree Meadow. It's going to be fitness first in the boys' sports Webster Cup Chase. Ash Tree Meadow makes all.
Yeah, to be honest, he's better on nicer ground. Look at it, he's probably a good horse, but he is way better on nicer ground. We said we'd leave him for the first half of the season, and then we could have loads of fun with him now for the end of it. He's obviously in the English National, he'll be entering the Irish National. You have the 2.5 mile race in Aintree, and you have the Grade 2 2.5 mile race in Ferryhouse. So I'd imagine he'll go for something like that.
Imperial Cup Day at Sandown is always a brilliant aperitif for the Cheltenham Festival this Saturday before. And it was Ben Pauling who again lit up the scene with Champagne Twist taking the novice handicap hurdle.
Champagne Twist is coming back at Pickrock as they race up towards the line. Champagne Twist is wearing down his stable companion, and Champagne Twist and Ben Jones goes on to win.
The Imperial Cup looked a typically open renewal, and this time round it went to Ollie Murphy and Sean Bowen, with the progressive Go Dante winning in a thrilling finish.
Favor, here comes Go Dante with another thrust. Favor coming to the end of his tether, but may just find enough. Favor and Go Dante, 1 and 2.
I fancied him quietly, Nick, to be honest. He's had a very, very solid season. He had a good run in the Betfair, like you mentioned, but it's a bit of a graveyard, this Sandown hurdle track, you know, and I kind of, anytime I come here and I fancy on the hurdle track, they disappoint me, so I was a little bit dubious whether they'd handle the track, but he handled it well and got the job done.
The pinnacle of the National Hunt season was now upon us as the Cheltenham Festival loomed large.
Bring me to life. Every day the fire's burning, I'll bring you to life. Bring me to life. I can't wait anymore.
Starter Robbie Supple is ready for them now. The flags are raised. They're off. Who draws away to win the Sky Bet Supreme. And it's Constitution Hill, one of the hurdling greats, simply breathtaking.
Rodney Supple is responding to the calls of Rachel Blackmore. Mary Pass is going to remain unbeaten.
First, number 8, the Real Whacker.
nothing was a match today.
And it's still towards date with destiny again in the Glen Parkners chase.
Dave has won the Turners. The Ryanair goes to Unwarren. It's now Sailor Malay for the third time in the festival.
She's really opening up. Oh, and he ran out of the lawn. A steeple-chasing star is Galopin de
The crowd waited, and the supreme roar came.
They're off. Slade Steele is battling back gamely under pressure and wrests back the advantage. And Slade Steele, gold-plated, wins the Sky Bet Supreme. Blackmore punches the air.
Look, delighted for the Atchisons. It's brilliant, and to kick the week off with a winner is amazing. Just brilliant.
He's a really, really tough horse. I think he's a massive future. He battled back really well after the line, and I think he won with a little bit as well. So it was a really good performance.
A great start to the week for Henry de Bromhead and Rachel Blackmore as Slade Steele won the Supreme. But who would win the Arkle?
Here's the second last, Founder 50, jumps to the front. Gaelic Warrior on the left moves up to challenge. Gaelic Warrior is forging clear, and after 2 seconds, it's going to be third time lucky at the festival. Gaelic Warrior wins the Arkle. Mullins and Townend strike.
He rode a different horse today, and he produced him on the day as he always does, and the job of just steering him around.
It was champion hurdle time, the feature on day one of the Cheltenham Festival, in a race that had caught the headlines for many reasons in the run-up.
We've got to get him there. That path is full of mines and potholes and goodness knows what, and everything has to go right.
To confirm the news that came through about an hour and a half ago that Constitution Hill will not be defending his crown in the champion hurdle.
Constitution Hill is out of the champion hurdle.
You've got to feel sorry for the Henderson team, but what an opportunity for the rest of the field.
Who do you fancy now? I think all eyes would have to be on Stateman.
This could be Stateman's year.
Stateman dominating successive Unibet Borgianas for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. The Madison has the same ring to it as last year as Stateman follows up for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. Stateman pouring it on from Bob Ollinger on 30 past, but it is Stateman putting this race to bed.
I think he's stronger, taking his races better. I think he's a stronger individual, more mature.
The pressure was down on Stateman and Paul Townend to produce, and they did in impressive fashion.
Here goes Stateman now, ghosting into it away to the left, and Townend has yet to twitch, and Stateman comes right alongside Irish Point. Townend shakes up Stateman, he goes a length clear, Irish Point fighting on bravely, Stateman with Constitution Hill absent, Stateman has his day in the sun and wins the Unibet champion hurdle.
You don't want to set a horse alight too early, and that's what Paul was afraid of. One of the things he was afraid of coming down the hill, that if he got racing too early, that maybe Irish Point might outstay him. I don't know. I mean, we think our fellow's a good stayer.
Willie Mullins had already had a double on the day, but could his star mare Lossiemouth land a famous treble?
Lossiemouth slowly coming through, takes it up now as they approach the last. Lossiemouth at the last, got over it well. A second festival victory. Lossiemouth and Paul Townend have won the Close Brothers.
I haven't seen it yet, but from what I heard, and people slapped me on the back, she did it very well. So, it's great. It's she's a fine mare, really fine mare.
Day 2 started, and again it was Willie Mullins in the headlines, with his star novice hurdler Ballyburn going to post in the Gallagher Novices Hurdle. He was described as many as the banker of the week. Could he deliver?
Ballyburn opens up, clears it well. Landed with a 7-8 length advantage now. Up the hill he comes. He's well clear at this stage. Jimmy DeSerle is in second position. Behind him, Il Atlantique. Mercury behind those. And then Predators Gold. And that will be the first 5 for Willie Mullins. Ballyburn has won.
Paul to take a look around, turning for home. I said, Paul, you know, but that must have been the feel that the horse was giving him, and then he just opened him up, and I was afraid, were we going to have a nanny power moment at the last? He went into it so fast and he just pinged it and away again, you know, and to come up the hill like that, wow, what a performance.
The Mullins bandwagon rolls on. Now it was Fact to File.
Final fence, Fact to File, lands in front, lands by 2 lengths. Montestar in second, Giovinco in the blue still running on. Sandor Clegane behind those. It's hands and heels for Fact to File and Mark Walsh as he comes to the line to win the Brown Advisory.
I just wanted to get him settled. He got very warm in the parade ring and on the way down to the start, and even at the start he was very warm, so I just wanted to get him settled was the first thing. He settled fine, but he's such a good jumper. He was jumping himself into the race and getting on the bridle a bit too much, but luckily enough I had all bases covered down the hill to the third last, and he just took me there so easily.
Willie Mullins was dominating the Cheltenham Festival, and he had the short-priced favourite in the champion chase with El Fabiolo. What could go wrong?
Cannonball Civil a little closer, up to dispute second, and El Fabiolo, a jolting blunder. He's almost out of the race. He is out of the race.
This left the door open for Captain Guinness.
Captain Guinness beginning to wander off a true line. Gentleman de May is grinding away, is inching closer, eroding the deficit. Captain Guinness is all out. Gentleman de May is closing, but it's Blackmore again. Captain Guinness wins the Medway Queen Mother Champion Chase.
He ran so well here last year. I know he was beaten a long way, but he still ran really, really well behind an incredibly talented horse. He ran a really good race, and he's been in great form at home. And yeah, just when you're riding for Henry around here this week, he does just get them spot on. So yeah, I was very, very hopeful. Very, very hopeful coming into the race, and yeah, just I'm so delighted it actually happened.
On a day that belonged to Willie Mullins, it was only fitting that the champion trainer would bring up his 100th winner at the Cheltenham Festival, ridden by his son Patrick.
Jasmine Devoe, is this Willie Mullins' stake with destiny? He has to fight hard because Romeo Coolio is battling back willingly, but in the hands of Patrick Mullin, it's Jasmine Devoe. Willie Mullins, 100 not out of the Cheltenham Festival.
It's not something anyone ever dreamt of, that anyone would ever have 100 winners in Cheltenham. I know my first one in 1985 was Tourist Attraction. I went home thinking that was going to be my lifetime achievement, to have a winner in Cheltenham from an Irish yard. At that time they were very scarce, you know, but we just got a tremendous group of owners behind us.
And what have you learned from watching your father?
Never be afraid to try things, don't be afraid of messing up, and like I said, never fall out with anyone. The Giggins Town, they're back now, and you know, when things happen, they happen. And have belief in yourself. Like, I mean, he's a funny man in that the more you try to tell him to do something, the more inclined he is to do the opposite. So you have to work around that as well. Reverse psychology sometimes.
He's been a huge part of my life.
Yeah, go on. No, what would you say Willie Mullins means to you?
It had been a quiet few days for the British challengers, but they went into the Turners Novices Chase with 2 main chances, the Grey Dawning and Ginny's Destiny. Could either of them come out on top?
Grey Dawning, big and bold. He leads by 2. Ginny's Destiny is trying to rally in second. 8 lengths away. Jello in third. Another 150 yards to go. Grey Dawning is paddling. Ginny's Destiny is trying. Another 100 yards to go in a slow motion finish. And Grey Dawning has won the Turners. Grey Dawning wins for Harry and Dan Skelton.
He's a horse that we've always held in the highest regard. He's won graded races en route, and now he's got his Grade 1. I was bitterly disappointed he fell at Aintree last year in a Grade 1 hurdle. wasn't meant to be, you know. But maybe horses learn along the way, and I think that we've run him plenty. I did want to run him in between Warwick and here, but at the time then, 11th out, just didn't feel quite right. So I just preferred this race, and he's just really, really good.
The Ryanair Chase had a very open look to it this season, with Envoilen looking to retain his title from last year. But he found a massive thorn in his side at the hands of the Skelton brothers.
Towards the final fence, Envoy and then on the near side, on the far side, Protectorate. These two now press on by 3 lengths. Completed is back in third. They've got a half furlong to go. Harry Skelton and Protectorate are going clear on the run to the line, and the 2024 running of the Ryanair Chase will emphatically go to Protectorate.
Brilliant. This horse deserves a day like that, really. He's knocked at the door and he's won them in the past, and that's a real big one for his CV. Brilliant.
I mean, it is a special occasion anyway. If you've got the FA Cup final, you've got Derby, you've got Cheltenham. The 3 most important venues in the sporting world. So to do it, and that's my first winner here. Well, the last race and this one, and it's unbelievable.
It was a week of near misses for Gordon Elliott, who had experienced 3 seconds at the 2024 Cheltenham Festival. He had to wait until Thursday for his first winner.
Tiupo now is in hot and persistent pursuit on the inside. Buddy One is rallying. Home by the Lee is staying on as well. 4 of them now virtually in line. A furlong and a half to go. 1 flight to take, and Jack Kennedy and Tiupo have taken the lead in the stayers hurdle. Tiupo at the final flight. His lead was a length over Flooring Porter in second. Home by the Lee was over in third. Buddy One is in fourth. They've got another half furlong to go. Tiupo pouring it on, going clear on the run to the line, and it will be Jack Kennedy and Tiupo who take the Paddy Power stayers hurdle.
I'm actually nearly in tears, so to be honest, the horses have been running well all week. You know, we're having seconds and thirds. It's so hard to get a winner. Look, this has been the plan all year. Delighted for Brian and Carmel and Rob and Courtney, the whole team, and Rob Coran. Delighted for me and delighted for the whole team in the yard. Listen, we work very hard, and you know, hard to just get winners. We've been hitting the crossbar all week, but to be honest, I nearly have tears in my eye now. I'm so happy.
Final fence. Oh, lovely leap from Shake 'em Up Harry. It's Shake 'em Up Harry who's kicked away under Ben Jones.
The Cheltenham Festival is renowned for attracting those celebrities, and this familiar face had success as an owner.
Shake 'em Up Harry will win the plate for Harry Redknapp.
Guy used to stand behind me when I managed West Ham, and for 90 minutes he'd shout out to me, "Shake 'em up, Harry, shake 'em." So I used to go home Saturday nights, all I could hear was his voice in my head, "Shake 'em up." So when I bought one of my horses, I thought, I've got to call it Shake 'em Up Harry. And he's been great, you know, he really has. We bought him off a man in Ireland, Wilson, and he's been a real joy to own. You know, there's nothing like winning at a festival, is there? It's a dream come true for me.
Willie Mullins and Gordon Elliott dominated the Mares Novices Hurdle market, but it was Jeremy Scott who sprung a surprise.
We're going to have a turn-up for West Country trainer Jeremy Scott. Possibly the best he's trained is Golden Ace, who wins the Dawn Run, the Ryanair Novices Hurdle.
The ace in Jeremy Scott's pack. She was also his first festival winner.
Emotional moment. I mean, I thought last year coming second with dear old Drasher was something, but yeah, no, this is very, very, very special.
I Know the Way You're Thinking is absolutely cantering on the near side at the final fence, and a beautiful jump.
It's fair to say that I Know the Way You're Thinking was well handicapped in the Kinmure.
Oh, super impressive. I Know the Way You're Thinking, well out the back, came through smoothly, and is going to floor them despite 12 stone top weight in the Falkwood Kinmure.
We had the most beautiful posse, and we ran down to the first fence, and I don't know, did he get stage fright? He screwed his whole hind quarter, and where I was down the inside, I landed out in the middle of the track, and I said to Gavin, I went to plan B, C, D, E. You know, it all just fell asunder.
The fourth and final day of the 2024 Cheltenham Festival hosted the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and the day surrounded certain connections: Willie Mullins, Paul Townend, and a horse bidding to retain his Cheltenham Gold Cup, Galopin Des Champs.
Marshall on the far side, Mark Walsh. Here it is, the moment of truth, the final flight, up and over. Marshall, far side, came up well, but went left. On the near side is the filly Cargazzi. Cargazzi is fighting back, still got a length and a half to find, and this huge prospect, Marshall wins the JCB Triumph Hurdle.
He doesn't look like a juvenile horse at all. I'd say you'll be seeing him over plenty here next year. Touchwood, all going well. He's a massive big horse, big strong horse. Delighted with him, yeah, it's only his third run. To do that now in his third run, delighted with him.
When he came into the yard and they told me it won't be a Triumph Hurdle horse, I'm looking at this but I say, you know, this can't be right.
The perfect start to the day for Willie Mullins, and his luck didn't stop there.
Absurd making good progress. The white jacket getting ever closer, the Ebor winner, as they race towards the last. Loda stood just the first to rise, landed on all fours. Affodil on the near side, then Absurd out in the centre. Loda stood from Absurd. Absurd is getting there on the outside of Loda stood, head and head, and now Absurd, he asserts the Ebor winner wins the county hurdle.
Absurd has won the county hurdle, and a classic new course hurdles ride from Paul Townend. That was exquisite, wasn't it?
He mustn't have 1 ounce of warm blood in his body. He was so cold-blooded the whole way down the hill, wide, delivered. He just missed the last, but everything else went well. He's just some guy to have on your side.
Unfortunately, the writing was on the wall early for Gordon Elliott, as he was not going to be beating Willie Mullins for the top trainers title at the Cheltenham Festival, but he did strike on Friday, this time at the expense of well-known owner Harry Redknapp.
The jukebox man has kicked 4 lengths clear of Stella Story second, and he's got them at it here. The jukebox man is getting tired. He's beginning to empty. Stella Story is closing as they race up towards the line. Oh, he's been denied.
A lot of excuses. He's run an absolute blinder. He's a fabulous horse for next year, and you know, he's just a chaser. He's a gorgeous individual, and yeah, nice one to have.
It just goes to show, like Jack is first jockey, but these lads are sitting and waiting to scale on the second strings, and you know, Sam's got his turn here, so it's right for him.
They've been very good to me. You know, this is only my second season riding over jumps, and it's hard to get going. I had no claim from when I finished riding in the flat. So, look, I'm so thankful to Gordon Elliott and Noel Meade and Peter Fahy, who have all helped me along the way. To get a ride in a race like this is great, but to win it's unbelievable.
Attentions then turned to the big one, and it was all about one horse.
And it's Galopin Des Champs taking it to another level in the Paddy Power Irish Gold Cup.
As they range down to the final fence, Brave Man's Game and Galopin Des Champs, but Galopin Des Champs landed running, and he's away as they race up the hill. He goes a length clear, 2 lengths clear now, a Brave Man's Game who can't get near him, and here's a new chasing star, a steeple chasing star, it's Galopin Des Champs.
Well, he's going to improve again into next year.
The final fence, and it's Galopin Des Champs who's gone clear, but it's Galopin Des Champs returning to the top of the staying division in the Savills. The Gold Cup winner is back for Paul Townend and Willie Mullins. A sight for sore eyes. Faster, slow on the inside, is inching up as they go to the line. Faster, slow, and lifted it.
Jerry Colomb is trying to stay on again for a 3-way run. Conflated in 4 lane, and Jerry Colomb to the line. It's very tight, Jerry Colomb.
It's been punishing soft ground, but what a horse this Long Presse is. He's made most of the running to win in good style.
Derek Fox and Lucinda Russell, the one for Arthur combination. They're going to win it again with Korak Ramler.
The real whacker in front, Jerry Colomb is closing with every stride. They hit the line, the real whacker and Jerry Colomb.
And it's a winner for Ireland in the Charlie Hall. It's Gentleman's Game under Darragh O'Keefe, who salutes the crowd.
A vintage Gold Cup. The crowds are in. The moment was set. Could Galopin retain his Cheltenham Gold Cup?
And now they're on their way down the hill towards the start. Steadily they walk forward.
And they're off.
Galopin Des Champs on the outside as they leave the ground. Jerry Colomb right round the inside, followed through up the inside by Nassalan. Fast or Slow is just in amongst them, getting plenty of cover. At the next plain fence, the real whacker L'Empresse Galopin, and down is the Fast or Slow, has blundered and unseated JJ Slevin. L'Empresse and the real whacker again in the air together from Galopin Des Champs. Brave Man's Game is behind these. Jerry Colomb ridden away from that fence. Here comes Paul Townend on Galopin Des Champs into second place. The loose horse not helping. L'Empresse is going to lead them in the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup. L'Empresse by a length and a half, and the chasers are now at it. Galopin Des Champs coming under pressure. Jerry Colomb, and then Jungle Boogie, Brave Man's Game, and Korak Rambler staying on as they now come down to the second last. Galopin Des Champs rising just in front there from L'Empresse, then Jerry Colomb. Here's Korak Rambler into fourth place, the national winner. But Galopin Des Champs has struck for home again at Cheltenham, and a massive jump over the last. He leads by 4 lengths to Jerry Colomb, then Korak Rambler, and racing up the hill is Galopin Des Champs, just avoiding the loose horse by 3 or 4 lengths to Jerry Colomb. This is the champion, Galopin Des Champs, coming up the Cheltenham Hill and backs up in the Gold Cup. Galopin Des Champs, a dual Gold Cup winner.
I'm a bit lost for words. He pulled out every stop. Like we went for reserves in the last furlong that only the really, really good ones have, you know.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.